everything at CarolJo's. It is a space where creativity and community come together about the jewelry making. So we don't just go, hey, here's what I made. We actually do chat times so we can discuss our tips and tricks and ask questions about jewelry making. We also have tutorials twice a week where I show you step by step how to create jewelry and accessories. Tonight's tutorial at 8 p.m. Central is going to be a little bit different. We're going to use an existing something that we've talked about and done a lot here on our tutorials, but we're going to do a twist of how you can connect with others with it. We're going to do that tonight, but we do 2 of them throughout the week. Thursday will be our other one. And then throughout the week, we do what we call events. They can be debut or encore. Debut means it's the first time we're showing. Encore means we're bringing it back. Return to the studio is items that we've had before. They are empty. And so we have filled it back up and we're bringing it and returning it to the studio. So we have those throughout the week. Tomorrow at 2 p.m. we have a silicone event where that will be encore items. I already know what we're doing for our silicone event tomorrow. We're going to bring acrylic items that we've had, and we are going to bring some focals that we've had before. So that's tomorrow. Then tomorrow night we are, thank you for the heart me, sissy. So tomorrow night, we are going to be doing a bead event where we are going to debut some new items. So that is what we're going to do tomorrow night. But I need your help on something. Hi, Geraldine, for tomorrow night. I want to ask you if you guys are okay with this. That is what, and then what do we, I was trying to think. We have a new debut and encore silicone event that is going to be St. Patrick's Day themed and a little bit more on Saturday. So we've got lots of things going on. I'm just like excited for this week. Hey there, Teresa. How are you feeling today? So I know on Mondays, we talk about our quote that we have that I posted just a little bit ago. But first, before we get there, can I ask you guys some questions? We are trying, as I've told you all, to put pictures with everything. And if it is something that is from the Hagar or the Tucson, those I do not have pictures of those items. But we're trying to get them all out there for the Gorgonias. But last night, as I was watching my 49ers, and we watched 3 football games. Let me tell you, I did take some time out to do some packaging on the last one. Hi, Maria. But these that I packaged into bags last night, I'm excited about them, but I don't have the pictures back yet. So I want to know, do you want me to wait for the pictures or do you want me to bring them tomorrow night and Friday night? So I'll show you what they look like. So that might help you. Because I can bring other 8mm. This is one. I was like, ooh, I love that one. Then I got to this one. These 4 are like the same. Kind of. We have blue and red with glitter. These are all 8mm, guys and gals. Okay. This one I was like, okay. It is a different, it's like a brown red with the blue. And that one I was like, okay. Yeah, we are doing chat time. I'm asking Mimi if you want me to bring these without pictures. So you won't have a picture on your list. This is the one why I want to bring these early. When you guys see this one, you guys are like, maybe you'll be the same as me. What do you guys think of that one? It's black with blue and purple. So, are you okay if I start bringing those? They will be oops, I dropped one. They will be on blah, blah, blah. It's tomorrow night and Friday night. Okay? Are you guys okay with that without pictures on your lists? Hey, Lulu. I loved them. I seriously was like, that last one did me in. I was like, yep, I want that one. Hi, Donna. Thank you, Mary, for the follow. I'm trying to bring up my backup account, but I keep going to my main account so I can see comments. Well, hello. Today, Mary, we are doing chat at 2 p.m. here at Central Time Zone is where I'm at. We do all kinds of things here. We do chats twice a week, which is today, and then Wednesday night at 8 p.m. And that's where we talk about anything about jewelry making, accessories, running our small business. If you do run a small business, tips and tricks, whatever we want to talk about with jewelry. I was asking for advice on if you guys were okay with me putting those out there for claiming without having a picture. Hi, Lisa. It is going good. And hi, Melissa. Is it McKinley Peach? Hello. So that's part of what we do here. Oh, you do it with the beaded bags with those. Ooh. And then twice a week we do tutorials. We're going to have a tutorial tonight. I will preference. So when you guys get your list sent electronically, I have been adding pictures to those next to the item. And then also when you receive your printout of your packaging, well, happy birthday, Lisa. That will have the picture on it in black and white. If you haven't paid attention, that's okay. The reason why I'm putting out the pictures there is that we are here, me, but Val is helping me with this. They're looking at some things for some fields that I want to get in there. So what it's about is that we are getting ready to, today when we do the claiming in the live events for when you guys want to claim these items, and then I send you out your list electronically. Oh, that's funny, Geraldine. So Geraldine has a cousin named Lisa that has a birthday today too. So there's two Lisas here. I actually, I was going to say, I know somebody that was born on September 11th. So that's not unusual. I wouldn't think it's that you were fibbing. It's your birthday. But I'm going to explain something here for a moment. And so, we are getting ready, instead of claiming through the lives, it is Central Time, so it is 2:08 here, Butterfly and the Bees Designs. It is where, right now we go off of the comments and, then I create your list, send them to you and all of that. You're welcome. What I want to get to is that you guys can go to what we call the studio. We have to be cryptic because TikTok does not like the name that it really is. So think about this. What does a spider make? That word is what studio is, okay? So you can go to, well, hello, Jeannie. I got to show you something. When I get done with the live, I will FaceTime you, if that's okay. So I can show it to you, because I got to show it, because I don't know how to forward pictures out of Discord. So, and I know you have Discord too, okay? But anyways, something that Patty did. Sorry, you guys have to tell my sister. I think you might like it. You'll have to give me your honest opinion of it. But what we will do is I will create a group on our studio. So like if tomorrow night, what is tomorrow? January 13th. I will have, there's a banner bar on the studio, and it will say like debuting on 1/13/26. And if you click on that, it will then display everything that we talked about in that live. And then you can make the decision of what you want to put in your buggy. We're going to call it a buggy today because we can't say the C word. And so that is where then you can make the decision of when it is up to you when you want to take care of what you want. Thank you, Ashley. And so that is what we're going towards. And so I need to have pictures for all the items so that you can know what it is and match them all up. So that's why I know we're not there yet, but I want to put these out there early. I do have my lady that's doing the pictures of all like the gorgonias. She does have them. I just don't have them back yet. And she has been on a work trip for the last week. So I don't want to be like, can I have those today? Because I literally am excited about them. So that's why I was asking that. All right. What is behind me? This is what I call my bead wall. It is all trays of beads from my personal collection. These are my own personal beads that I have used to create jewelry with. Oh, yeah. I want to get this to be streamlined. You have to understand the whole reason why we even did live claimings to begin with was because I cannot take a picture to save my life at all. I stink at it. Yes. It is so someone is asking me what I can't say the word. I don't have a brick and mortar, but I have it electronically on what a Spidey makes, which we call the studio, okay? We have to be careful with how we word things here on TikTok because I'm live on TikTok and YouTube at the same time today. So that's where mine is. It's not brick and mortar. It is literally where you can go, and to get there, you go to CarolJo's, and then the normal. Someone can put it in the comments for me because I can't say it. It's not in there anymore, Maria. I had to take it out of the bio profile because that was what was getting me the R's and the V's. So yes, yeah, I used to have it there until recently. There we go. Geraldine's got it in there. We don't have anything before it, so we're good. We get, the reason why is TikTok does not want us to have someone go someplace else. They want it all within here. I think if we put it in there all together, it would be. But I think if we just do that what we just did, I think we'll be okay. I have been spending almost the entire weekend spending time double checking a lot of stuff. So it has been, the one thing that I will tell you is I'm not an agent for TikTok. Hi, Joya. So I don't know all the rules 100%. Yep. We have to learn how to speak in code here because we're trying to get around things. And if you know me, it's a big rule follower. So this is like really hard because I always follow the rules. But I also am looking at this from the aspect of I don't want any platform to not let me do what I want to do for my business. It's not that we're doing anything illegal. We are 100% legal in what we do. Woohoo! Jeez. How is it the last push more of the year? Joya, I'm like, what? I don't know what you mean by that, Ava. And so literally, I just want to promote CarolJo's because I love what I do here. It's to teach. It is to share. It is to get you the supplies. Holy buckets. I know what you mean, Rose. It would be nice. It must have been a leftover model from last year, but it'll work just fine this year. We just talked about this, about our yard. And so I have to tell you this funny, because I do not mow the lawn. I do not shovel snow. I do not push snow. We live on an acreage, so we have a lot of area where we have to mow and remove snow. Yesterday, we were talking about stuff with Buttercup at lunch, and we were just sitting talking, and she's like, she made a comment that she would like to inherit our house at some point in time, that we can bypass our 4 kids and she can have it. And I'm like, I don't think it works that way. It's what we decide to do. But I said, but I think what you want is you want your own house here and live by us. And she goes, yeah, that's what we want. And so she goes, and then my husband, Ryan, Opa to her, goes, well, you're going to have to marry somebody if we're not around, because who's going to take care of the lawn? And she goes, oh, I'll find somebody like you, Opa, that will take care of it, because Oma doesn't. You do it all. I need someone like you. Ryan goes, yeah, she doesn't mow the lawn. She's only done it once out here, which is true. And I said, I used to mow the lawn when I had a smaller lawn. But this is acres that we're mowing, and I don't want to mow that. And so, bless her heart, and like not the Southern way, bless this little girl's heart. She's just like, I want somebody like my Opa to mow the lawn and take care of the snow. I was like, okay. And when you look at it from that aspect, that a 9-year-old, almost 10, can like know that a man is supposed to help and make sure that you're taken care of, is what I want her to see. I know. I hope Ashley's over here on YouTube said, I hope that she does find someone like that. And it's just the truth. I'm like, for her to see that was like, okay, we're teaching her about that. Ryan is too, though, too. Yep. And so, my husband is one that you mow the yard twice, and it has to have a distinct pattern in it, and you never mow it. Like, he will go like all these different angles, because you can go east, west, north, south, like southwest to northeast, northeast, or northwest to southeast. But then you have to go the opposite ways of that in the directions. So you have like 8 different ways because you push the grass. And I'm like, I just would want it mowed. Yep. And it has to have, you have to see the pattern lines in it. And we live out on a gravel road where people don't see our grass much. We don't live on the highway or a blacktop road. And I'm like, why? He's like, because I know what it's going to look like. And if my friends come over, they have to see it. Hi, Cece. Oh. No, he mows, and it has to be a certain angle. That was, you should have seen. Okay, we got to talk about the game for a minute. Sorry, we're going to stop on the bee thing. I know we're talking about grass. But the Niners last night, because like it got over with at night in the evening. Oh my, were they trying to give me a heart attack? I literally was like watching it, and in the first quarter, I was like, this is the pace we need to go. Then the second quarter, and we got to halftime, and I said, we're going good. We're not, it's all good. We are not behind. And from then on, it was just stress throughout the rest of the game. And coming down to the last play, before we did kneel downs, I looked at Ryan and I even said, we still have enough time for a Hail Mary if they score, but they're not going to score. I literally said that to him. Yes. And they did it. This is what I have to say about this. They had, for their defensive line, because we have been through so many defensive players this year. We're on 5, 6, and 7. We're not just on like the backup or the backup. We're on 5, 6, and 7. If that tells you anything. And what their mentality going into this game is something that I think we all need to look at in life. We don't have to be the big star. We just have to continue to love what we do. And when our time comes to show up, we show up. And that's what the defense did last night. Was it all great? No, because we're dealing with people that don't normally. But for them to get there and get clicking the way they did was amazing. Same thing with our offense. We lost Kittle. And as soon as he was holding his leg the way he was holding it when he was injured, I was like, he's not coming back. I did not expect him to be carted off, but I said he's not coming back. The thing that I will say, Trisha, about the Eagles is what I thought when I reflected on the game is that, because do any of you ever see, I think it's Mary Crippen is her name, and she does Class, the NFL Elementary in Miami, and each student gets to draft a team. And she was like, hey, what do you think I should talk to my class about today? And I thought about this, and it was about positivity. You have to show up and do your best every day because you never know when it's going to be your turn to shine, and not give up. There was something off yesterday with the Eagles. They just could not get it together. I saw the same thing, even though the Rams won their game on Saturday. When I was watching the Rams game, I was texting because my cousin's husband is a big Rams fan. And I was texting him like, how's it going in your house? What? And she's like, they got separate. He separated the family from him because he was just so anxious he couldn't be around him. I get it. But I said, they could have been a higher scoring game had their receivers caught the ball. They should have been able to catch them. They just were not. And then we get to the Eagles game and the same thing. And we have a Lions fan in our family. Trey is a Lions fan, and doesn't matter how well or how bad they play, he's literally will always be a Lions fan. Just like my husband is a diehard Bucks and I'm a diehard Niner. It doesn't matter. I mean, last year we didn't make the playoff. I did say though this year, I said it's kind of funny. Everybody in our family's teams, none of them made it to the playoffs besides mine. I did have to say that. And Buttercup said, you didn't need to rub that in. And I go, well, I just had to. So, yeah. So there's my football for the weekend. But yes, I have watched every game of football this weekend, with the exception of the first half of last night's game because I was packaging. Also, and I won't be able to watch tonight's because we're going to be live. But I want to bring up, I'm getting here to it, our quote for the week. Yep, I did. I put these in their little bags. When I get these are 8 millimeters. Here, I'm going to show you a 6 millimeter. This is how they come. They come in a bag like this. The vendor that I buy these from for you doesn't put them in small bags for me. So I have to do that. Some of my vendors do, some of them don't. So a majority of the stuff I get does come so that I can get it out as quickly as possible. This is not. This is what I worked on while watching football. And then I have to be careful because I have it on a cookie sheet in front of me on my lap while I'm watching football. And if I get excited about football, I spill beads all over. And I will tell you, that happened with this one, the one I love. I almost lost some of the beads. I found them because I stepped on them. Like, holy crap. They went all over. That was during the 49er game, though. I will say, they went all over. And I was like, no, not those. Because I love those. I really do love those. That's like one of them that I'm just like, oh my Lord, I love those. All right. Yeah, we're getting some. So this morning I woke up and I wanted to clean a couple more areas. There's things that I still need to get cleaned up in here. And I have been slowly cleaning a little section every Monday morning for about 2 hours, because Mondays are a day that I can choose to sleep in, or can I come in here and clean up a little bit. And I'm trying to come in and clean up a little bit. And so I have, I am, the most I'm going to spend is 2 hours. And so I did find some more beads to put in our bead soup, but we still don't have enough yet for bead soup. But we're getting there. We're going to get there. We're going to have some more bead soup someday, but I'm just not there yet. But what I was going to say is that in this process of cleaning, I got to show you what we're going to do for tomorrow night. I know I got to get to what I want to talk about too, but let me show you for tomorrow. I don't know why these were put where they were, but it just happens to be what happened. And I think we've had these before, but the butterfly, that white butterfly on this one. And I don't think it is, that silver, or the reflection is the silver back of this. This is, I believe, opalite. I need to look it up. But because opalite is transparent, you're getting that silver from the back, and it's giving you like that glittery look. We've had them before, but I don't know that we had them in this. We've had them in different ones, I believe. But I don't know why this was like sitting in a random container. And I'm like, okay, I need to figure out. So I'm going to bring those to tomorrow. I also, okay, so some of you have some of them. I know I've gotten in others, but so tomorrow we'll find out. But tomorrow night I'm going to bring those to our event. I will know by tonight's live what we're going to be bringing to tomorrow night's event. But I was like, I'm bringing those. I'm bringing some of these Argonias, and then I'll bring the other ones in another week. But yeah, so I found that. I found gold 10 millimeter rhinestones for the pens. So when we have Saturday's event, we're going to have those. I also found some cabochons that I don't know why they were sitting on my desk. So we're going to have some different things, but you know, I'm finding it's not a huge amount. Like we only have 10 of these, but we are finding different things, and I am going to be bringing them either Tuesday night or Saturday, depending on if it is a bead or a silicone. Thank you, Kemma, for the follow. So we'll have that. I'm excited to get this room cleaned up. It needs it. It needs it. It's just driving me nuts. It's like, I'm not a hoarder, but I have too much stuff. And then downstairs, where we're going into other rooms, Buttercup has decided to take out parts of each room and put her stuff in there. And I'm like, no, 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 no. You didn't get new stuff. You have to decide what to get out, and let's, give it to someone or donate it, or if it is something that's not worth saving, we'll put it in the trash. We got to make some decisions here. We can't just fill up the house. So, and I'm like trying to get that so that I want to get everything ready for when we do move. That's the plan. That's why I'm doing this every Monday for a couple hours. So I found some cool stuff. All right. So the quote for this week: creativity doesn't follow rules, it makes them. And that I thought was so cool. I am such a rule follower that you will hear me. I'm moving my beads into my shed when it gets here. Not moving off our acreage. No way, no how. My husband will never move away from here. But when we move into the building, whenever we get that all done, I want to get this cleaned up, ready, so it's a smooth transition. But, okay, so once again, creativity doesn't follow the rules, it makes them. So if you know me, you guys know me. When I create a pattern or do a design, everything is 100% symmetrical. To go and do something asymmetrical is hard. Last week on the tutorials that we watched with Zulie's creativity workshop that she did, and if anybody went to Stacey Ann's, she would do symmetrical, and then she pulled out the necklaces that had butterflies in them, and then those were asymmetrical. And I was like blown away at how changing the location of a different bead in those necklaces just made it the next level. And my brain can't think that way. But those of you that can, you guys break those rules of being symmetrical and do it, because those turned out awesome in my mind. I don't know how, if you've watched it, what you guys thought about it, but oh my, those butterflies in theirs were cool to me. It literally, yeah, I thought it was a great tutorial too, Trisha. I literally was just like, and that's the one thing when I am here teaching the techniques, and I want it to be more about teaching the technique so that you guys can get creative, not follow the rules, make them and do something cool. And that's when I read this, I was like, that's what it reminded me of, is go ahead and do it. Yeah, those. And the thing is that when you look at those butterflies in the bag, and then with what she did with those, it's like two different worlds. And that's what I love about seeing when you guys create with what we have had up for claiming. It is just so neat, because it's not what I would have done. I have literally looked at those butterflies and said, those butterflies are beautiful, but I can't think what to do with them, because I am so symmetrical in designing. But the way Stacy did them is that she put them on chain with the technique she used for putting them on the chain, with, like, I believe it was the off-white, I don't think it was the white glass pearls, like the antique or the ivory colored glass pearls, but don't quote me. And the way the one butterfly would be here and one was like here. So it was like they were flying, like butterflies fly, and it would just be laying on your neck like these butterflies are flying in flowers. Just the way that it looked, that's literally what it reminded me of. And that is like what jewelry and accessories can do for us, is create this picture of nature. And her whole entire collection that she is doing when she is thinking this through is around the colors and the flowers and the nature that she saw when she went on a vacation last year for about 3 weeks, I believe it was. It was a long period of time, but it was a place where she saw beauty, and now she's creating jewelry around those colors and the beauty that she saw. And so when you look at this, you can see the beauty that she saw. Now, do I get that in depth when I'm creating? Oh, heck no. I will tell you that now. But there are some that are so creative, that's how they create. And it just amazes me. I don't do that. So, yeah. So that is one thing that when I saw this quote, I was like, I want this one for this week so that we can talk about it. We can create, like for me, I don't create that way, and it's okay. And I honestly don't create with something like that in mind. So the thing that I want to say is that we're both all right and okay in what we create. We don't have to follow a rule that we have to have this big thought process into how we design everything, our colors that we pick. Sometimes it could be just, I saw it and I liked it. And when I saw it, this is what I thought of. And when it got it, did I make it like that? And that is 100% okay. You know, there are people out there. Thank you, Ashley. There are people out there that design on a piece of paper what they want to create before they ever pull out a bead. And it amazes me that they can do that, but that doesn't mean I have to do that. And it doesn't mean that they have to create like I create. And as you guys know, I don't create with a bead board. You guys see me put it down on a bead mat. That wasn't what I was taught on how to create jewelry. I was taught, I have one of them here, not that one. I was taught with this bead board. This is what I was told how to do jewelry on. Joya says hello to everybody on the place that we can't say. But I'm just looking at this beadboard and I have a laugh. I did not write this on there. My kids did. This tells you how old this beadboard is. They wrote my first name and mom. We used to each have our own. I don't have this style. In the 2 boxes that I've yet to open, I have wooden beadboards. I got to see what they look like because I haven't seen them yet. That are for the silicones. That one's okay. So you have to understand, I have had that one. Well, I can't say we haven't had a kid live here in years. The last kid graduated high school in 19, and that was done before then. Because my kids were doing jewelry with me while they were in like middle school and high school. So, and I haven't bought a beadboard in years. I have a lot of them from when I taught and stuff. So I have a whole drawer of those styles and then the smaller ones. So I don't have a wooden one for like that style, but I do have, I will be getting those in for the silicones for those that want those. Ashley says, hi, Joya. So yeah, so that's why I want to say, we don't have to follow rules when we're creating. Do what you do. Nordic Luna said that she's never used a beadboard. She'd like one, but she's never had one. And that's okay. That's what I want to say about this. Is that it really truly is about what you would like. In this order too, in the 2 boxes that we haven't gotten open yet, I will have the chain nose pliers that we're out of. Yeah, Patty has them and she doesn't use them. Everybody's different on what they like to do. Yep, because we can. It is. It's all about what you want to do. And that's what I liked about it. I don't know. You guys tell me what if you think differently or something else came to your mind when I read that to you. Go. Ashley doesn't like them either, she says over here on the tube. I just can't do it with them anymore. I have a ton of them. I teach with them because I want to, like when I do in-person teaching, I will bring them to allow them to do that so that they can have a feel. Do you like it with or without? You know what I do to keep it from rolling? You guys are going to laugh at this. Besides having the little boxes inside of there, that I will tell you is those containers, I literally love them when I am designing in a, not up here where I can have them on my bead mat and I'm not moving. I love those. But I also will put my bead mat down on, I just happen to have one right here. I need to put it away. A cookie sheet. So this is how I do it. This bead mat is a little bit small for this cookie sheet. But then I'll put my beads on here. When I have these containers, I'll show you. I'm just going to grab some out of this one. I'm just going to set some on here so you see. Because it just depends on how big of a mat in the cookie sheet is. This is literally how it is. Let me move it this way. There we go. So I'll have the containers, but they will move around on my sheet when I move it. But my beads don't move around. I have those mats. I have these. This is one of them that I have. I have them in gray and I might have yellow, and then I have the silicone ones. They're out on the studio already. Just to let you know. Ugh. There we go. All right. So that's like how and yep, you can just shoot me an email so that, or a message, Lulu, so that I don't forget. The one thing I will tell you guys about it is that if I add it to your list, if someone else comes in, they could potentially remove, it doesn't get removed from your list, but my quantities decrease because the list doesn't take away from quantities, just to let you know. That's why we have to have a date with cutoffs of like lists versus the studio. We're not there yet with that, but if we have things that are out there, because I am slowly turning things on, that is a potential to happen. I don't like it, but I don't know what to do around it, and it's only for a little bit that this is going to be potentially an issue, okay? But I think I have enough that we don't have an issue. So that's something, yep, that we just got to think about. I am going to work on, I have the red 6mm. I haven't set a date yet, Joya. I gotta get a container. Maybe I can use this one. No, I can't. That's too small. I am looking at possibly sometime, hopefully February, but I haven't set a date. I just said Q1 of 2026 is what I have been saying. I already have, I don't have them back, but I know what our February Hagar items are already going to be, because I have to get the pictures done in advance because of the way timelines work with her. I want to get through all of the Tucson items before then, so that we don't have an issue with those or have to take pictures of those. And then all of the gorgonias that I have received so far, I believe I have the pictures taken. I may not have them all, like the ones I was showing you earlier. But, and the tools, I believe we have all the pictures for all the tools. The wooden, yeah, I will have the wooden beadboard, because we're the supplier, I will have them from there. So, and a lot of my suppliers are giving me pictures so that I don't have to take them, which excites me. We are working on right now, when she comes to photograph again, it will be silicone items. We're working on the 15 millimeters first, and then we're going to go to the other ones. I have not placed my request yet for more silicones for the abacuses and the lentils yet, because of the order that I placed for the wallets. Because as you guys know, I do everything based upon what we have on hand to be able to reinvest back in. And so once we get those out, then I can order, I'm not supposed to say that word, I can request silicone. And we will get all of the silicones that for the solids. That is the plan. And with all the other items, just to be totally transparent, I will always be transparent as much as I can with you all. The ordering higher quantities also plays a role in all this too. You know, it's called, we have a budget. And even Buttercup doesn't like that word. So just to let you guys know, it was kind of funny. Santa brought her a gift card so that she could go purchase a pair of shoes that she really, really wanted. And she's had the shoes. The triangle bales. Are you talking about triangle jump rings or bales? But she's like, I think I need another pair. And I'm like, yeah, no. You're not getting, those aren't even a month old yet. Bales for, no, I do not have any right now. I have them, I have them, I haven't gotten the shipping ID yet, but they're coming. No, she got Uggs. This girl's had more pairs of Uggs. So you have to understand. You're welcome, Rose. This is, it's not a video, it's a live. We talk about on chat times, which is what we're doing right now, anything to do with creating and jewelry and accessories, or running the small business. We also do lives where we teach in a tutorial how to make jewelry and accessories, and we have on TikTok only lives where we do claiming of the items so you can create. Yeah, she is and her mom got her started on Uggs when she was little. And then her tennis shoes all have to be Nike. And that's just, and I didn't grow up that way, and my kids didn't grow up that way. So I don't, it kills me, and Ryan allows it. So she's high maintenance on shoes. There is no other word to call it than she is. The one that I'm working on right now, these are 6mm Gorgonias. I did get, okay, so I'm not the only one. Are you talking the focals, or are you talking prints, Joya? So Joya's under, she said, just wondering if there's silicones that are designed, like dogs, cats, palm trees, LOL. The shape of them, the focal, there are, and I am working on getting a quote. I don't recall that I had palm trees in them, but there are cats and dogs. I would love for her to wear dudes, but no. I have dudes. Ryan has dudes. They're less what she's wearing. And I still had a hard time buying. I told you, I am very, very frugal when it comes to my clothes. The only time I spend money on my clothes is my 49er sweatshirts. I kid you not. That is it. And I don't get a new one every year. Okay, I'll check and see if I did. So even, just to let you all know, even when I am requesting items, it's, you know, I can request quotes and stuff, and it can turn into negotiations, or it could turn into, yeah, nope, we're not doing that one. I've never had Roxy's. I love shoes that I can just slip on and go. I have to be careful with the dudes because they slide. But I also wear what is the other one? I can't think what the other one is. And those are better than my dudes. I don't slip around as much. But Ryan, he loves just to slide on dudes for when he's running around. Okay. I have to go look those up. But what I was going to say is on the 6mm, I had 4 that I don't remember if I have the colors or not. Or these 6mm, I have 4 colors. I think they are new colors, but I have to double check. The 4mm I did, and they are on their way here. I won't have them till the end of the month, but we will have a restock. And there are some new of the 4mm Gorgonias that are coming. So we're going to have some more 4mm. I restocked as many as I could in the different colors, and then I got some new ones. So I actually in advance asked her about 4mm because she does those on a live is how I get the Gorgonias. Rose has been there when I've done it because she said hi to me. And so anyways, when we go to do those, I asked her if we could go to that shop. And so that's what we did. And then she talked to the shop owner to get them in different colors. So because we did it in advance, we got colors that they normally don't have. But they don't stock 4mm very often. So it's something that I'm learning that if I want to do that. And I mean, I love who I buy them from. She's a very sweet person and she needs to have her business too. But as part of being a business owner, I've got to figure out how to save. But I still cannot get the manufacturer of Gorgonias to return any messages. Because if we could go directly, I would to help keep them lower, but they will not. And that's one of the things that I've learned about this company is that they don't deal with a lot of people. And that's just respectful of their business model. But, so yeah. And I did find a place for some of the focals that you guys were looking for because we're not going to do the characters and that type of thing. And so I don't know how to get the information because it's their studio too. So if you guys want that information, could you, because they also are looking at our messages too. So I don't want to put it in a message. Can you email, electronically, whatever. I'm going to say email me and I can let you know who it is. And then you guys can purchase through them if you so desire. She didn't put how many were in a bag. Oh, it's okay. Because you know what? This is what I think, Rose. It takes me so long because of, I got to do the puzzle piece here. It takes me so long to get them because of shipping. Whoops. I didn't get it right. Let me try again. There we go. That I feel that, you know what? If someone were to come in and watch, they will, they'll forget by the time they get here. That's what I honestly think. And the thing is that if you guys wanted to go through those, but you have to understand, for quantity wise, like this one doesn't say, but I'll be able to tell you, is that, do you want, like I know these bags here, there's 2,000. Do you need 2,000 of one color? It does not come in a smaller size. It's 2,000. Oh, I got what you were trying to say there, though, Joya. This is where I say TikTok picks up on something that you didn't know you were trying to say. It could be autocorrect, or if you're doing voice, it could just, it did it something weird. That's what I say, and I just go on. Hey, Gladys. I'm almost done with this bag. I got one color. I know it sounds really silly to be like, well, one color is done, when I have probably about 60 bags, I think, downstairs that we need to get through. But I love that response, Toya. Every time I get one bag done, I'm just excited because that's one more bag than I had before. I can tell you here, I want to get this one done so I can see how many bags the 6mm made. And we're getting close. I probably have about 3 or 4 more to make. I'm guessing after this. We'll see. And then we'll count them and we'll see how many bags did I get from one. And I can tell you, even when I was creating for in-person events, I wouldn't need 2,000 of one. I literally, when I was ordering, would order the mixes and then separate them out to keep prices lower. Hey, it wasn't too far off. There's number 2. I think I have enough for one more. Yep, we had 3. All right, let's count how many bags. I need to get a bag to put these in, which they're all over here. So hold on, let me grab one. It won't come out of the box. There we go. Okay. Hello, Erin. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. We have 37 bags. So, there. 37 times 50 beads in a bag. There was 1,850 beads. That is a really odd. It must have been like a 500 gram. What I'm going to do with what's left is that we have 2, 4, 6, 8 left. What I'm going to do is I am creating, this isn't a good example, but like I have a container of 8mm. This one is a 6mm, so that one can go in there. I have another bigger one. I have a small bag of 4s. And what I'm planning to do is that when I get done going through them all, I'm going to make mixed bags is the plan. So that you guys can see or get one of those if you want. So yep, so that's the plan. And I think I missed some comments, so I'm going to make sure I didn't miss anybody's. Yep, I got everybody. Okay, so we had 37 bags, 50 bags, or 50 beads per bag. This is, what was this? Is that a glitter? I gotta see here. This is what's hard. I write on there what it is. That's a cat eye. It is cat eye 6mm. I don't write the colors on them because then I compare them to all the other gorgonias of that size and then decide what the color should be. So, one of the 4 gorgonias 6mm. We have cat eye, cat eye, cat eye. I have 4 6mm cat eyes that I need to get done. But hey, I got one done while we're on the live. That is yay for me. I am going to hop off and I am going to go get all of the beads for tomorrow night's bead event. That is a debut, or it could have some returns. But we're going to go do all that and get those ready so that tonight at 8 p.m. I can let you know what we're going to have for tomorrow night. 8 p.m. tonight, we are going to have a live that is going to be showing you a technique. I'm going to do the technique. I'm going to show it and explain it in case we have anybody who is new and would like to learn it. But a majority of us probably already know it. So I'm going to make those. And then, well, I have to go downstairs to go get those. So that's where I'm like, I can't take both of you down there. But we're going to do that tonight. And I want you guys to stay, even though that you might know it, because I want to talk about, after we get done, why I wanted to bring this technique and why I am changing. Like literally yesterday, I just had this epiphany about we do all of the techniques, and there's only so many techniques to jewelry, but we need to think about different ways that we can, if we are a small business, that you are able to present them, or B, if you are someone that makes them, how can you make it and gift it to somebody and make it feel special for them? And that's what I want to do in the second part of this, so that you can see the thought process behind that. Literally, I was sitting here going, what am I going to make? Because after doing those tube bales and showing you that technique, I'm like, I got to come up with something that beats that. And then I sat back and I'm like, no, we don't need to beat that. We need to think about how we can do this. And really comes down to a how. And if you would have watched the video yesterday that I had for the behind the scenes, it's how do we build connections? And that's what this is about. It is a way that you can start interacting either here, like on a live, or in person, and be able to build connections. And that's what helps with getting your product out there. I mean, I don't know how else to say it than that way. And so that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. So I'm going to show you the process, and then I'm going to show you the thoughts behind it, so that we can go, oh, because even after I thought about the one that we're going to talk about tonight, I'm going to bring up a second one that I thought of too. And it really can go into thinking about different things. And that's what I want you guys to do. So I don't want to give it all away, because I want you guys to come and have fun tonight. And so I hope you'll join us, and hope you'll understand what we're going to be talking about and how it can help us grow. All right, everybody, I'm going to hop off, go pick out for tomorrow night's event, and we will see you at 8 p.m. for our tutorial tonight. It really doesn't have a real title. It's a no title one, really. All right. Ooh, there you go. So we will see you all tonight. Have a good one. Bye.